Okay. Waltz's hand acts as my lifeline as he helps me into the tavern area. My legs become weaker with every step. Hi, stranger!
Laura?
I only realize I'm running to her after I barrel into her. I bury my face in her shoulder as I suppress a sob. Dolores' arms come around me, holding me tight as whatever calm facade I was holding up comes apart at the seams. Waltz, would you please get those mugs? Of course. Dolores leads me to one of the benches, one of her arms still around me so she can rub my back. Somehow, this simple gesture is helping me calm down. Lucette, are you hurt? I shake my head. Thank goodness for that. I stay in her embrace until Waltz returns to place something on the table. How are we doing? I pull away reluctantly to rub up my eyes.
I'm okay.
Dolores takes a mug and places it in my hand. Good. Now drink. I do not question and raise the mug to my mouth.
Hot chocolate. Laura made this for me before.
I take a few deep swallows of the hot, sweet liquid. Better?
Yes.
Okay. Lisette, can you tell me what happened?
Mother found us in the tunnels. Urian told Garland to get me out.
My throat threatens to close, but I force the words out.
Mother is so strong, and I thought Urian might not survive. So I convinced Garland to go back, and that's when...
I stared down at my mug, my hands trembling.
It's my fault. It's all my fault. If I hadn't convinced Garland to go back, Mother wouldn't have killed him.
The silence in the tavern is deafening. Finish your hot chocolate, Lucette. I obey without a word.
Everyone is going to be so angry with me. It's my fault Garland is dead, and it's my fault Urian is injured.
Have you heard about your stepfamily?
I know they're gone. Are they dead as well because of me?
Hey, don't look like that. I'll have you know that I had to use a sleeping spell on Prince Rod and Princess Emmeline earlier. They heard about what Garland and Urian were about to do tonight. I don't think I would have been able to stop them from coming along on the rescue mission otherwise.
What?
You got them out, Princess. Varg would have killed them if you hadn't stepped in. The Queen was already waiting at the end of the tunnel on the day the Prince and Princess escaped. Alcaster must have somehow got wind of the escape plan, which was why he left Varg to try to eliminate them and their security tightened more after that day.
Oh, thank goodness.
And we've been worrying about you ever since you left. Well, ever since you stormed out all those months ago. Dolores' smile is sad as she reaches up to push my hair out of my face. None of this was your fault, Lucette. If anything, it was mine. Mine and Parfait's for letting this happen. We tried to help you escape, but we couldn't break the shield around the palace in fear of putting everyone inside in danger. That's why we had to wait. We never thought we'd have to worry about Hildur being revived. And though we would have liked to save you outside of the palace...
That's right. I was out of the palace more than a couple of times. Once with Varg and another with Mother.
We couldn't put the lives of others in danger when Hildur was right there. She would have killed the citizens.
Even if I wanted to escape the day I was with Varg, he wouldn't have let me.
I grip my now empty mug. Princess, I understand how you feel and I know that it's difficult, but frankly, we have bigger fish to fry. I think you realize now what kind of person Hildur is.
I do.
Then you know what we have to do. I know too well what it is we must do. In fact, I knew this was bound to happen sooner or later.
I started this. I don't know if I can fix everything, but I don't know if I can save NGL. But no matter how long it might take, I must make things right.
I finally look up at Dolores and nod.
We have to stop Mother.
It's almost the end. Because of the severity of Urian's wounds, Rumpel decided he would bring her to the nearest clinic so she could be better cared for. Anise decided to go with him, and surprisingly, Ophelia and her other children all opted to go as well. Now the only ones left here at the tavern are me, Delora, Walt, and Karma.
They may not say it, but I'm pretty sure they're blaming me for what has happened at jail right now. I need to make things right.
I close my eyes as a sudden bout of dizziness comes over me. Mother has always been the person that mattered most to me. I never questioned or disobeyed her because she was so important. She was my light in days that were often so dark.
But I have no choice. If Mother isn't stopped, who knows how many lives will be lost. The only way to stop Mother is to kill her, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but this really is the only way.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think I can kill her myself.
Delora has a knowing look in her eyes as she turns to address Waltz. We'll leave as soon as Parfait comes back from her meeting with the fairies. If he can fully use your magic, then we may actually stand a chance. Nope.
Magic? What are you talking about? Waltz is just a street magician. What help could he be?
Don't answer it. Don't underestimate our magician. Waltz is a witch and a lot stronger than he looks.
Waltz is a witch?
You know, I have the Neverland curse.
Yes. I don't know that fairy tale, but what does that have to do with anything?
Your mother was the witch that cursed me.
What? But Waltz, if you're also a witch, how can you be cursed?
Your mother is a TB bearer, which means she has the power to punish all witches if she chooses. As to why he was cursed, Waltz's expression darkens. Well, Hilda needed to be stopped. I knew I couldn't defeat her alone, so I enlisted the help of the fair. Oh, wait. Hilda needed to be stopped. I knew I couldn't defeat her alone, so I enlisted the help of the fairies. I talked in Delora's voice because her mouth was open. I betrayed her, and she punished me before she died. Waltz almost single-handedly brought about the end to the Great War. He's the reason we've been enjoying this peace for as long as we have.
I never knew.
Well, you never asked. Of course, you can only imagine how displeased Hilda was with Waltz. Hilda stole my shadow and sealed it away in Neverland.
Your shadow?
We really need you to work on your fairy tale knowledge one of these days, Princess. Peter Pan is a boy that lives in Neverland, which is a place where children never grow up. Waltz's curse means he has been frozen in a child's body since Hilda's cursed him all those years ago. He can't grow up, and he can't use magic. Well, I can still do some spells. Only simple, harmless ones. For Waltz to get his magic back, he needs to find Tinkerbell, which is the key to Neverland. We need to unlock his shadow.
But all this time you never found Tinkerbell or Neverland?
I looked everywhere where I can think of. I'm sure she cast a spell on it to make it more difficult to locate.
Even in the palace?
Dolores snorts and I suddenly feel embarrassed. Oh, of course not. Why would Waltz look into the palace first? I mean, especially considering Hilda is the witch. Especially considering Hilda is the queen and has numerous secret chambers for things she wants to keep hidden.
Looking through the entirety of the palace for a small box might be difficult.
Neverland is a box that was left to me by my parents. It was made of gold with carvings that resemble a pair of wings.
What?
Waltz jumps at my sudden reaction. Princess?
That box? I'd forgotten about it, but I can vaguely remember an old box in my room that matches that description. Mother left me a...
Oh god.
Mother left me a trinket box and a key that matches that description. She told me to never touch the box or let anyone else see it. I've had it for years.
All this time, Tinkerbell and Neverland were with you? God damn it.
I never knew what was inside, and I was too afraid to disobey Mother's orders.
The thought of giving her giving you that box never even crossed my mind. But now thinking back on it, it makes sense. I want to ask him what it means, but we are running out of time.
I will have to ask him about it at a later time. I can never get Neverland and Tinkerbell to you.
Wait,
I can get Neverland and Tinkerbell back to you. I can return your magic.
with Waltz back to his true form, we may have a fighting chance at this.
So what do we do first?
We? There's no we in this Lucette, only us.
But I just said I could help.
Is, too dangerous, Princess?
But I'm the only one who knows where to find the box.
Then you'll tell us where it is and we'll retrieve it. It's as simple as that. I scowl at her with my arms crossed.
I refuse to stay here and be useless while everyone else puts themselves at risk saving NGO. Even if I'm just like useless baggage that might get in the way. NGO is this way because I brought back Mother. I must take responsibility. And I will not let anyone else die at Mother's hands.
Lucette, you're gonna get in the way. Somehow. Someone's gonna die because of you again.
Mother is less likely to harm me. And I have a better chance of getting Neverland and Tinkerbell without causing a disturbance.
Oh. I didn't think of that. How can you say that after everything that's happened? You're not safe either, Lucette. No sooner has she said that words than a terrible blast echoes through the Martian. I cough as smoke envelops the tavern. A silhouette emerges in front of us, and I feel my blood turn cold when I realize who it is.
Varg.
Just when I thought I was safe, Varg reappears. Oops. I always forget how powerful this thing can get. Where previously had been a wall made of stone, sturdy and strong, there is now a sizable hole. Remnants of brick and stone collapse inward in the aftermath. The dust rises to settle around Varg's feet where he stands casually twirling his cane. I hope I'm not disturbing anything, but all the doors were locked. Karma? Karma? Delora and I turn to glance at the wall behind us where Waltz is looking. Karma is standing there injured. His forehead has a large gash and one of his arms is limp and useless. He still manages to tightly grip the hilt of his sword with his other hand.
Where did Karma come from?
I would have appreciated you destroying less property when you knocked on the tavern door. And I would have appreciated if you'd gotten out of my way when I asked politely so I wouldn't have resort to explosions. Seems both of us are disappointed. What do you want, Varg? Don't we all know the answer to that question? Come on. Varg turns to look at me expectantly. I thought the stolen goods would be brought here.
What did you just call me?
Karma lets out a harsh laugh. Has no one told you that women do not like being imprisoned against their will? Has no one told you that has no one told you people that it's not good to steal?
I'm not an item to be stolen or imprisoned.
I ball my hands into fists. I cannot let Varg hurt anyone else.
I have no idea if this will work, but if Fritz is truly fighting, then he must be able to hear my voice. Fritz!
Varg growls, his eyes bright and angry as he glares at me. You need to give up on him, Princess.
Never! Fritz, I know you're still there.
No matter what you say, nothing will change. Fritz is gone.
Adieu, va!
He won't. Varg chokes on his words and doubles over. You're being very annoying.
Did it work?
Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Karma preparing to attack while Varg is momentarily weakened. But something doesn't feel right.
Karma, stop!
What? Get Get the princess away from here. What the hell is happening?
That voice! Fritz?
Despite the fact that Varg is standing before me, it is most certainly Fritz looking at me through those eyes. Please? I don't know how long I can hold him here. You all need to get out of here while you still can. You need to keep the princess safe. Keep her away from the palace. Well, let's get her out of here now.
No!
I dodge Waltz's reaching hands as I attempt to run towards Fritz. Keep her safe, please. Now.
No, don't hurt him!
Karma runs forward, his sword raised just as Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me out of the way.
No!
Time slows as I watch Varg slowly come back to coherence. His lips curl into a snarl as he begins to bring his cane down onto the floor. Dolores throws her hand out, the collected light racing toward Varg. Varg stumbles back, his cane never hitting the floor. Varg growls as he glares up at Delora. Witches are so inconvenient. Unfortunately, Delora is not the only inconvenience in this room. Varg raises his cane to block Karma's next swing. Waltz grips my hand and tugs. We have to go, princess. I glance back at Karma and Delora.
There must be something I can do.
No!
But I can barely protect myself. Perhaps I would just get in the way.
I did not resist as Waltz pulls me out of the Martian. Even as we set foot outside the Martian, I turn back. I cannot just leave them there.
This is wrong. I cannot just leave Delora and Karma there. Not when I can do something.
What can you do? What the fuck do you think you can do? Ugh. I dig my heels to the ground, bringing Waltz to an abrupt stop.
We have to go back.
Princess, god damn it, we can't. I can't use magic and you can't do shit.
Karma's hurt. We just need to get Varg's cane. Then we can stop him.
We can't put you in harm's way again. You need to get away from here. I rip my hand away from his grasp as I reach out to the Martian door.
I can distract Varg and create an opening.
No, I'll distract Varg. Waltz does not give me any chance to protest as he throws open the Martian door.
But
we have to do this quick. Not so fast. Over here, you dog. The force sends me down to the ground and the smoke in the air has me gasping for air.
What just happened?
Karma's once again collapsed on the floor. I see Waltz struggling toward him through a debris from the blast. Delora has dropped to one knee. Her face is pale and blood trickles from the side of her mouth. The only one standing is Varg.
How does Varg have such power?
I really hate that damn stick. Varg looks at me and raises an eyebrow. So you're going to be a good girl and come along quietly? Or am I going to convince you by killing them? He twirls his cane, a smirk on his face. If I use this again, I might end up destroying this building.
No more death. I cannot let that happen.
I'm not a patient man, princess.
So it's come to this. I don't have a choice.
Dolores is looking at me desperately as I rise, but I ignore her piercing gaze. Don't be stupid, Lucette!
You'll leave everyone here alone.
Varg nods, amusement flickering in his eyes. As my princess commands. Princess, don't! This is not the reason I brought you back, goddammit!
I'm so sorry.
But just as I start to move toward Varg, a bright light shines out from behind me. Perfect! The shield of light pushes forward and past me, shoving Varg back and out through the hole he made in the wall. I turn, barely able to believe what I just saw.
Parfait!
She comes to stand in front of me. Listen closely, we don't have much time. Parfait's eyes flicker to Varg, who is shifting ever so slightly in the rubble. Even I can tell he is only temporarily out of commission. Tomorrow, midnight, meet us at the palace gates. Bring Neverland and Tinkerbell with you.
But you...
Do you understand? I falter as I imagine what Parfait could possibly be planning. But I have no time and I can read nothing in her gaze. There's nothing else for me to do but nod in understanding.
Yes, I understand.
Parfait smiles at me as she caresses my cheek with a gentle hand. I have faith in you, princess. We all do. You'll be fine.
Parfait.
Parfait grabs me by the shoulders and forcefully pushes me toward Varg. He catches me, his hands firmly gripping my shoulders as I am careened into him. Keep her safe, Fritz. Varg flinches. He is inhaling and getting ready to speak when the air around us suddenly thins and we are swallowed by light. When I'm able to breathe again, I open my eyes and see that I'm back in the